From a humble beginnings on a farm in Frydek to stages across Texas, Will Carter Band has turned life experiences into powerful music, and now that journey continues with the release of a brand new album. Will Carter joins me now along with his band to share the stories behind the songs and where you can catch them live this weekend. You grew up on me.
It's so good to see you.
Oh, it's always good to see you, and I appreciate you always coming back so I could check on you, right? Okay. You grew up, as we mentioned, on a farm in Frydek. You did everything on that farm.
Milked goats, gathered eggs. We had an acre garden, sheep, cows, horses, the whole nine.
Yeah. What did that teach you about a good work ethic?
That's exactly what it taught you. You got to have a good work ethic. It's a lot of work, but it's rewarding. You know, I wish I could give that exact same experience to my kids. And we still have the property, so I take them out there as often as I can. But it's definitely not the same as living that life every day.
And the other thing too is, like, families can be close, but when you work a farm together, you're extra close,
you're
right?
close.
Very tight knit family.
Right.
You were writing songs and playing the guitar. When did that come into your life? And I would imagine when you're out there on farm life, you're looking for things to entertain yourself with, right?
Well, that'll teach you to sing loud, that's for sure.
Sing to the cows, they'll love it, right?
You know, my dad was a big guy and he thought I was going to be an athlete. So he put me in tap, jazz, ballet, and gymnastics from 3 to 8. And that's really where I sort of found music, if you will. Yeah. And I got chosen to perform.
So back up on that. So to be an athlete, I remember Patrick Swayze was playing football and he took a ballet because his mom said, no, that will make you a little more graceful on the field, right?
Balance, agility, core strength, the whole nine. Yeah.
Picked up the guitar by 10. And loved it right away?
Loved it. Well, you know, I was a singer first, and then I realized about 10 or so that, you know, you needed something to accompany that.
Yeah. Hey, I'm an a cappella guy, right? Yeah.
So country music, guitar, it just sort of worked.
Yeah. When you were a teenager, your dad got very sick.
That's right.
So, and especially, I mean, you know, anybody's dad who gets sick, but you know, he was your rock, you know, and just like your mom, and then all of a sudden you see him in need.
Right. So, and that's actually how I met you. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer. I'm the oldest of 4. The youngest is autistic, the youngest sibling. And we grew up on a farm, right? So we didn't have just a whole lot of money. And Dad was the primary breadwinner. And so that was devastating for the family. But he was actually receiving treatment somewhere where one of your producers at the time was and saw I put out a CD to raise money to help. That was the only way I knew to be able to support the family, to help financially.
You sang some of his favorite songs.
I did, recorded those. That was, and it was very interesting. He was always my biggest supporter, but the last month or so of his life, he listened to that CD on repeat 24/7, and it would burn up in the middle of the night. My mom would wake me up and say, I need another CD for your dad. And so, you know, as an artist, it's a tough industry, but you know, you've got to love it and it's got to be in your blood, but then also seeing that level of support and just how proud he was, you know, that gives me an extra boost of motivation to continue the grind, right?
But it also tells you how music connects with people, because there are people that you'll never hear how your music has connected to them in a tough time as well. You said your brother was autistic. This is Autism Awareness Month.
That's right.
What did that teach you as a child, to grow up with someone who society can look at one way, but you knew it in another way?
Patience and humility, for sure.
Yeah. All right. At 13, you sang to a live audience. That's a whole different deal from singing to the cows, right? Or family members. Family members always go, "Oh, baby, you're so good.
Yeah,
that's so good." Yeah, right. But at 13, what was that like for you that first time?
Well, it was nerve-wracking for sure.
Yeah. All right. So you went on you realized this is what you really wanted to do. So you had your debut album, Good Bad Idea. I always loved the titles, especially country music. Had It All Wrong, and your latest album was released on Friday. Each song has an important meaning to each member in the band.
That's right. So this is a special album because we wrote every song on this album together, and we recorded every song on this album together, like they used to do in the old days. It's really not how it's done anymore. But
you talk about taking your son out to the country to see where you came from. There's a line you said, "What feeds the soul isn't busy, it's simple." Work that into a song someplace. I love that line. What feeds the soul isn't busy, it's simple. Okay, that's going to be your
next
CMA, all your Grammys, all that stuff. All right, the song Water Tower. Tell us about this. It's the one that you're going to perform in a second here.
It is. So I literally was taking my son out there to the property, every weekend, and that's where the inspiration came from. And literally the words in the song are giving directions from my home, where I live now in Katy, to the property out in Celia, heading west down I-10. And you know, the melody and rhythm came to me. We were going on we'd like to take off a week early in the year to write together. The band does, like either go somewhere, like get away, right? And so we were trying to come up with hooks and ideas, and that was one that I was working on that was 100% inspired by where I grew up.
You've even gone as far as to keep things authentically Texas at times, to record all of your albums in Texas,
That's right.
Texas studios. All right, let's go through and introduce the band members.
So on the fiddle, that's Bino.
Yeah, because you're ever going to play in Texas, you're going to have a fiddle in the band, right? Yeah, okay.
Fiddle in the band.
All right.
He's also the man in black. Next to him on bass, that's Carlos Pineda. Rhythm section back here, part 2 on the drums, Jacob Lee. And he might have to step in the frame over here, but this
there
is
we go.
the best
Yeah,
looking
come on
member of
over
the
here.
band on the lead guitar, Mr. Dylan Dostal.
There you go. All right. The Will Carter Band's latest album, WCB, is out now, and you can stream it anywhere you listen to music. We'll hear a performance from them in just a little bit, but also want to let you know that they'll be playing concerts South Texas State Fair tomorrow in Beaumont, and Montgomery County Fair in Conroe on the 18th. All right. But first, 50 of your favorite Disney characters come to life on the ice with high-flying aerial acrobatics and dazzling special effects. We'll meet one of the performers and might just have a surprise visit from one of Disney's biggest stars. The mouse is in the house. Once again, you can catch the Will Carter Band live at the South Texas State Fair tomorrow in Beaumont and at the Montgomery Country Fair in Conroe on April 18th. For ticket information, go to greatdayhouston.com and we'll connect you. Here they are performing Water Tower.
Shot to the west and a little bit to the left is a place I used to go. Not too many know. Below the interstate, not too far away, next to a water tower with no name. Out where the corn grows at the end of a dirt road. That's what feeds my soul. That's where I wanna stay, where I wanna stay out. Wanna lay some roots down, just south of a small town with a water tower with no name. Just another day, wake up, work hard, come home, repeat. My life away, up and down these concrete streets. Can't get no fresh air, can't see no stars tonight. For my head, gotta get away, gotta get it right. Out where the corn grows at the end of a dirt road. That's what feeds my soul. That's where I wanna stay, where I wanna stake out. Wanna lay some roots down, just south of a small town with a water tower with no name. Out where the corn grows, out where the corn grows at the end of a dirt